You slipped out of the doorway without a sound, left the air still trembling where your shadow touched the ground. I didn't hear a warning, didn't hear the truth unwind, didn't see the quiet ending you were writing in your mind. You held me like a promise that you never meant to keep. Loved me in the morning, left me lonely in my sleep. I woke up reaching for you, reaching out to empty air, knowing in my chest that you were never really there. I tried to find a reason, tried to read between the lines, but every word you whispered was rehearsed and undefined. And all the nights you faded while I begged you not to go feel louder now in memory than anything you ever chose to show. And I'm replaying every moment, hoping one thing might explain why you walked out soft and quiet while I screamed your name in pain. You left me silently, like love was something soft to break, like you could walk away from us without the ground beginning to shake. You left me quietly, no fight, no fight, no bitter plea, just the... You slipped out of the doorway without a sound, left the air still trembling where your shadow touched the ground. I didn't hear a warning, didn't hear the truth unwind, didn't see the quiet ending you were writing in your mind. You held me like a promise that you never meant to keep. Loved me in the morning, left me lonely in my sleep. I woke up reaching for you, reaching out to empty air, knowing in my chest that you were never really there. I tried to find the reason, tried to read between the lines, but every word you whispered was rehearsed and undefined. And all the nights you faded while I begged you not to go feel louder now in memory than anything you ever chose to show. And I'm replaying every moment, hoping one thing might explain why you walked out soft and quiet while I screamed your name in pain. You left me silently, like love was something soft to break, like you could walk away from us without the ground beginning to shake. You left me quietly, no final fight, no bitter plea, just the sound of something dying where your presence used to be. You left me silently, no reasons, no goodbye, just the echo of my heartbeat asking why you didn't even try. I kept waiting by the doorway, thinking maybe you returned, thinking maybe you were scared, maybe something had to burn. But the flames were never mine, they lived only in your chest, and you chose to let them fade instead of trying to confess. You said you loved me softly like the words were made of glass, fragile little stories you kept dropping in the past, and I kept picking up the pieces even when they cut me through, trying to understand a love that never learned to tell the truth. You used to meet my darkness with a kiss against the light, but you grew tired of the shadows long before you said goodnight. And now the silence fills the space where your promises are bled, and the quiet feels much louder than the things you never said. If you had told me you were breaking, I would have held you through the storm, but you chose to drift away instead of trying to stay warm. You left me silently without the tremor of a word, and now I'm left to question every truth I ever underneath my heartbeat. I would've listened if you told me that your hope was wearing thin. Would've held you in the breaking, would've let the healing in. But you ran like you were guilty of a crime you didn't speak, and the silence felt like thunder when it hit me in my sleep. You could've cried, you could've shouted, you could've said you felt alone, but you folded up your feelings like a letter never shown. And now I'm stitching what you said, but trying hard to understand how you slipped away so gently while I held out both my hands. You left me silently, like love was something brief, like the story we were writing didn't matter past your grief. You left me quietly, not a word to pull me through, just the echo of a memory where I thought I once had you. You left me silently, and maybe that's the truth I keep. Some hearts don't break in thunder, some just walk out